Hello and welcome. This is TM Nations Forever. Yeah, there are a lot of Trackmania games, but in my opinion, this is the best. If you've never heard of Trackmania, it's a racing game, as you can quite clearly see here. But yeah, it's actually a really well-made racing game. All you have to do is just use the arrow keys, and it couldn't be more straightforward. You know, forwards accelerate, backs brake, left and right is left and right. Do you see what I mean? It's just like, but the thing is that you wouldn't think you get like so much control with just those four keys, but it's really strange. It's really well done of how this is actually made. Oh wow, okay, yeah. Also, I'd just like to point out, yeah, this is free. Look at the graphics in this game, and this is quite an old game as well. I believe like came out 2010, I think it was, quite a while ago. But yeah, this is actually a really well done game. It's really fun to play, I have to say. I've been playing this so much, and it is free. You don't have to pay for this. All right. Let's move on to the next map before this gets old. Right, so when you're picking your map and everything, once you've picked whatever map, and I'll show you that in a bit, you get to pick the difficulty. You can not play against any player. You can play against a bronze AI, silver level AI, or a gold AI. I usually go for silver because I can't ever really beat the gold unless I just really just play for ages. You have to really try hard. So it's really well done. I think everyone would be at silver medal, or at least like most guys that are watching this. If you're not, like, you know, if you're bronze, it just means you probably haven't played that many racing games, or just not used to playing on the number pad. But yeah, I'd just like to point out, look, if I just mucked up, I didn't, I don't know why I did that, but yeah, you can just press the backspace. This is awesome. It's an awesome feature, because look, at any time I want throughout the match, before I finish, of course, I could just press the backspace and it restarts the entire thing. It's like Super Hexagon in the sense that, like, it's got that idea that if you just restart in such a small amount of time, you can't get angry at the game. There's no time. You just do it. But yeah. Let's start again, yeah, and I'll just go through one other thing though, because as you can see, as I've already told you, yeah, pressing backspace will take you back to the very start. Also, enter will take you back to a checkpoint. So if you go through a checkpoint like I did just there, I can go back to the checkpoint. However, I wouldn't ever recommend doing that because it doesn't take everyone back to that point in time. The match still goes on, and you know, as in every racing game, every good racing game, every femtosecond counts. And if you end up pressing the enter, yeah, like even just for that split second after you've gone through the checkpoint, that's pretty much, you've just lost it. Alright, I told you I'd show you the maps, and here they are. Okay. On each of these seasons, you start off with the first 5 unlocked, and it's a really bad example for me showing you this because I've got gold on most of these, but the idea is that say you get gold on all of these, or whatever requirement it wants you to have, then you can unlock the next set of levels, and it keeps going until you get through quite a lot of them. In total, as you just saw through all of there are 65 levels. And that's just what the developers made on the day, and I'll talk about how there are far more levels than that right now, and yeah, I'll talk about that later. So let's just go into whatever looks good. I'll choose that. Alright, it's done loading. Alright, I'll choose silver metal. And yeah, this game gives you like this sort of 3 sort of panning shots, so you get a good feel for the course, but it's not too long, so you know it's got the right sort of mix between getting you a good feel for the map and getting you a good look and not being an annoyance. As you can see, I didn't actually change where my viewpoint is, the game changed it for me. Pretty much throughout the entire game, if you use the numbers, I can change my viewpoints, but like I can change it back whenever. Once the game has decided you're using that viewpoint, I'm spamming the other numbers. It's not letting me. It's really annoying at the same time. I guess you couldn't really do it in the other sort of cameras. Oh wow, new personal record. But yeah, in these sort of things, wherever it is doing a loop or going on the walls like you're seeing right now, it'll change the camera to first person. It doesn't have to, but that's what it just usually always does. I'm gonna change map. Alright, okay, so on this map it's got a whole load of loops because I thought I might show them off. I like doing loops. I haven't actually done this before. So anyway, I'll talk about a few more of the game's mechanics. As you may have noticed, you can't really see them. I chose the wrong map for this, but yeah, I'm just phasing into the other car. That's not a bug or anything, it's just a design choice, and it's a very clever design choice. See, instead of like ramming other players off, although that is fun, it takes away from the racing experience, because you're either just going to be one of those guys that is just, instead of racing, like concentrating on the race, he's just trying to concentrate on buggering everyone else up. Or, yeah, you know, you're just going to come across some really mean guy or a mean AI, or a really mean friend, and they're just going to pick on you, and instead of racing, you're just going to be spinning all over the place. So yeah, this game chose its design choices very well. It's got some really nice mechanics. Alright, okay, and we're back and playing a different map. In fact, not even just a different map, we're playing something different entirely. This is Trackmania's multiplayer, and oh my... I don't know what I was expecting. It is always like this. It's got a bit of lag, because it is a server. People will host their entire own servers, and they are just such good guys for doing that, because it's just random maps all the time. They're open 24/7, and you know, you can help them out by paying them a bit of money, but it's like, it costs like £11 or something, quite ridiculous. And these are just really fun to play on. It's absolute mayhem. If you want to play it properly, don't play the servers. But these are actually pretty fun. This has a party player option, so you can play with friends, and that is pretty fun. This game is like 2 years old at least, or something like that. Pretty old, and it doesn't show. But what I find fun is just the fact that like people will still play this. Like all these people, just look at how many people there are. It never gets like even just a little bit. Like you always can see just everyone, like loads of people, and they're from all the way around the world. There's a lot of people from everywhere. France. I don't recognise them. Oh, dramatic. Alright, yeah. The game also has a spectator mode, which I kind of came across because I wasn't behaving very well in the game. Don't ask. But yeah, so now I'm just spectating people, and the spectating version is pretty fun. I don't know why, it's just like really well done, and it's really fun to watch people. I do find myself just like being entertained just by this. And oh, okay, yeah, that's finished. Alright, and here is the car customization. You can go and pick defaults from any old country that you want, and it's got quite a few, but I'm picking this one just simply because it's called Ned, but it doesn't really matter, because once you load up the car, it has a ridiculous level of detail that you can go into. Hold down right click and you can move it around, and you can pick like to color absolutely everything, and then say you want that color. So if you want that color, you just say I want that color, and you can have that color, and then you can maybe change it ever so slightly to a slightly more decent color. Shininess, so you know, matte or shiny. I'm trying to, that's an alright color. Yeah, and then you can also click these things here, so you're not colouring in someone's face, so you can do that, or the intakes like that. I also want the lights, and a pre-light is quite nice to have, I think. You can also have some stickers. I'm gonna choose this one for reasons. Alright, driver's just gonna look at that. Yeah, and you can change like that scale. I don't know why the scale is just so big. It really, you're sort of going in between here and here, because here it's just that big. The shininess, you don't really, I can't really tell, but it's just, you know, okay. Let's choose a better one, and you can also select how transparent it is, so it can kind of, you can just about see it, you can't really see it at all, and then you can see it quite fine. You can also have these sort of things that works a bit like decals, except you just choose what kind of paintbrush and then what kind of colour that you want, and you can try and make something out of this. I'm gonna come back to this and you'll see what I've made. Alright, don't laugh. Yeah, so this is my car. Oh, I haven't quite finished it. I don't want that stuff. But yeah, I just had a lot of fun with this. It's actually quite entertaining, and I can go save this if I want to and race this around, but I'm not going to show you that because I don't quite fancy racing around in this. Okay, moving on. So this is probably my favourite sort of feature of this game. Pretty much like all the games that you see nowadays have it. But I really like this. It's fairly detailed at the same time. It's pretty simple to use. So you choose the time of the day that you want it. Let's just choose middle of the day. And yeah, so yeah, I can't talk when it's loading. This is just, you choose grass, dirt, or a pool of water. You can click and drag and it'll create a space. It's a bit like Sims. It's all made fluidly, so I can just place that one bit of dirt there, or I can, you know, click and drag it and make it into that. I've just mucked up this like entire thing, haven't I? Alright, so if I just replace everything with grass like that, it's simply undone. Alright, so let's just start off this. I want to make a straight, then I want to make a turn. Right click to turn, alright, and everything is pretty simple to use. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna like come back to you guys. I think you get the gist of all these bits. I'm just gonna show you like quickly all the bits of track and everything that you can place. Yeah, and I'm gonna have fun with a lot of this, but this is gonna take me a while, so I'm just gonna come back to you when I've got something to look at. Behold my creation. Oh, you can't even see the thing. Yeah, I just kitted this with pretty much everything and anything I could find. And, yeah. Alright, okay, yeah, and through the obstacles, yeah, pretty tricky, pretty. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that I've mastered this course. I've only taken like 2 tests, and it shows I would totally not do that. No, this is my first time. I'll get you. Okay, fine. Oh, I did the dragon back wrong. I'm annoyed about that. Okay, and dirt path, yeah, dirt thing, and like nice burn. There. I can't even remember. Yeah, this didn't work before, but now it still doesn't work. Come on. Come on. Let's go around the back. Alright, go on. Look, you can maybe see what this does. Alright. Ah, come on. And alright. I'll do it myself. Look, you meant to go like around that thing, and then like you sort of end up on this very thin wall, and then you just go splash to end it. You just just end up in the water. Oh, I can still drive for some reason. Alright. Okay, for some reason I can still drive underwater, and that's not meant to be a thing. So, I'm having fun, alright. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, this has been Trackmania forever. I think that would just work. I'll probably link it in the description or on the screen right here. So yeah, check it out. It's free. It's a really good game. I have a lot of fun playing this. It still has not gotten old. I just thought it's a fairly old game, but I just thought I might as well show it to you because it is quite possibly the best racing game, just as a really casual one. Well, anyway, I've been Tom. See you later. Bye.